everything from now on.
What's up, fuckers? Welcome back to the podcast. It is Wednesday, 4:30, I think.
It's 5 now.
It's 5 o'clock. We're drinking, having a brew. I'm having whiskey
Cheers.
because...
Cheers.
Oh.
To the first of many bootleg podcasts.
If you didn't know, that's what this was.
I just spilled on the microphone.
Did I? No, I didn't.
No, I did.
Oh.
Don't yell at me. Okay.
This podcast was brought to you by Buffalo Trace.
No, we are not sponsored.
But if you want to sponsor us.
Also, Coors Light, Press.
Delicious. It's going to be a lot of testing probably in this first episode. As you can see, our microphone stands aren't even... I mean, I guess you can't see that if you're not watching it yet. Which is part of the way that we're going to do it is through a website called Patreon.
I don't think they've ever heard of that before.
So what you do is you go to www.patreon.com /bootleg/ the bootleg I don't know. It's something bootleg podcast.
Oh, well, we need to figure that out.
We will figure that out. But pretty much what it is like a subscription thing, or a pledge thing. So if you pledge $5, that's going to be our first tier. You get the episodes when we release them on Wednesdays.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Wednesday, which is today. Just so you guys know.
It is Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
So that's tier 1 is going to be like early access to merch if we ever do that. Podcast, or you get the podcast episode early. Tier 2, we haven't really figured these out, but they'll be up by the time the website goes live.
We're real professionals, if you know.
We clearly know what we're doing. But it'll be something like discounted merch and behind the scenes or like bonus episodes, bloopers, which we just got a great little blooper there. And then tier 3 will be probably like $20, and then that'll be free shit if we ever decide we're gonna go down that route and just more behind the scenes and stuff like that. But we can update that and change it. Let us know if there's anything specifically that would be cool to like entice you to want more, I guess.
We're desperate.
We need to buy Alton a
We
new car.
need money.
It's too poor.
It's too poor, apparently, to every one of your brother's friends last night. Let me tell you.
Help us, we're poor.
Excuse me, can we move your car that we actually can't even see? Could you just get it off the property?
Oh my god. All right, so last night was Kale's brother's birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Caden.
Caden, he's 20 years old.
20 years old.
20 years
Young
old.
Kizerp.
One of the members of Boys on Mars.
Go check them out.
Go check them out on Spotify.
And iTunes and
SoundCloud and Tidal and everything else.
Who was the blonde fuck there?
Brigham?
I think it was Brigham. It was a
Caleb.
the skinny
Sorry,
one.
Briggs. You're not a fuck, but
anyway, so I'm at like poolside eating some chicken wings because they had some delivered there. Brigham comes up to me and goes, "Hey Alton," and I'm like, "Yeah," and he goes, "We need you to move your car because we're filming a music video." And I was like, I thought this was a get together. I thought it was just a regular party. No, apparently I was on the set for the next music video.
Behind the scenes of Boys on Mars.
And
now
I was like,
famous.
And I was like, okay, let me just move it. So I go outside, I grab my keys, move my car over to the side, not realizing that I was the only one that had to move their car because mine is a piece of shit 2002 Nissan Pathfinder with the stickers coming off of it on the back. And all of a sudden, you just see Darby's new G-Wagon pulling up and then parking slightly. And then you see Caden's black Cadillac parking right next to them. And then you're at the back end of your Subaru heading right there. And I was like,
Just pour us some Coors Light.
Coors Light.
I'll take a tall glass of Coors Light, please.
Yeah, I better just go back to the ghetto where I belong. Fuck me.
And another
one? Wow, it's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday.
Because it's Wednesday.
Because it is Wednesday, my dudes. Let me tell you, everyone that understands, Wednesday.
One day he'll realize he doesn't have to lean into.
Or you're.
That's because I'm touching the goods. Well, we made a whole list of stuff to talk about, but we probably aren't even gonna read it. We're just gonna sit here and watch Alton get blackout.
Yeah.
Not black.
Discuss how this podcast came about. This podcast is pretty much everything you have conversations about, maybe to just yourself, maybe to other people that you might not have out loud, but we're gonna broadcast it live on the air.
Isn't there an Eminem song like that where it's like he's only talking about stuff in front of like your, I can't remember how it goes.
The one where he's like, I'm not afraid
to take stand.
Everybody, come take mine.
And this is the music segment by Alton Barnhart.
Oh fuck! I need to get some.
You'll also be able to see the small white cat.
Oh yes.
Constantly.
He just took a nice hot caca.
Fuck! I am sitting right next to his shitty dumpster fire. That right here.
His shit home.
Oh my god. Animals are disgusting.
We can't walk him out of the room because he'll cry, so he'll probably just come in, come out.
Yeah, and we don't want to hear that during the entire podcast when everything's meow, meow. I'm gonna hear that fucking for now.
Say hello to the camera.
That was a fun party though last night, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, just like, I guess I probably shouldn't say this, but it's not like, I want to say legit rap scene, but it's kind of like it's like a white version of what real rap scene would look like.
Oh,
like,
most definitely.
Like
there was nothing more white privilege than that, let me tell you.
Like, oh, let me get my mommy's G-Wagon. Not even that. It's just like that type of thing where it's like, you just got to make it look cool so that legit. Other people are like, damn, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
Even though it's not theirs. Like,
almost definitely.
I mean, any other rapper goes and rents out someone's mansion and takes pictures.
I wonder if there's like a rule like
Ty Lopez. Okay. This is my new Lamborghini, but you know what is more important to me? Knowledge.
I'm going to teach you 5 quick steps to getting rich quick.
And none of them have to do with reading books. They're just pay me.
Pay me $20 a month and you'll get rich. But what I was saying is like, there must be like some sort of like agreement they have to sign when a rapper becomes famous. Like, okay, now you have to go buy a grill and a car. Or you're not a real rapper.
And a long ass winter coat that you wear.
But you have a grill.
60 degrees outside.
I did have a grill, but that was for Halloween.
That was when he was Jared Leto's Joker.
I think my brother stole that though.
Oh yeah, he did. I'm pretty sure of it. I haven't seen it in a while.
Well, then you gotta get your ice on.
You gotta get your bling on.
You gotta take Darby's like $500 Gucci sunglasses. And then just to have her pissed off at you for the rest of the night. Put those back!
Shout out Darbs.
Shout out to Darbs. Darbs, what up?
Probably our biggest fan here for the first little while.
Probably our only fan. Thanks for the $5, Darby.
Thanks for subscribing to
we paid for
the Bootleg podcast.
Our dollar menu drinks from McDonald's for this month.
We should have bought some because right now I'm feeling the brunt end of that Buffalo Trace.
Maybe you should.
This is where we sign Alton up for AA.
I work at the liquor store.
So, Alton, actually, this is not a podcast. This is an intervention.
Surprise.
You should take this away from me. Oh my god, is it leaking?
You've already...
Oh my. Oh, here's a hot topic.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I don't know where we were coming back from, but I'm pretty sure Peyton was a little bit tipsy.
Not driving.
Is it the Rick and Morty whatever?
No, it's I don't know what caused me to put this in my notes, but it says, "Are we puppies?" Do you care to
elaborate
on that a little bit?
So, I just had this thought. Okay, yeah, maybe it was a little tipsy thought, buzz, when your brain gets going. But, talking about, like, just how weird names are. And that, like, Sarah, common name.
Right.
But why? I mean, I'm sure it's probably a biblical name, right? But
yes,
like, why?
let me look up at Ezekiel 35:3. Sarah and Tom.
But just that's the common name. But then names like Kale or Peyton or Alton, like those are unusual, and the spelling's unusual, and that everyone has a name. But like when you really sit and think about names, they're just different letters put together that someone calls you, and like you name your pets, and that's what they go by.
Oh yeah.
But that's where Kale got that "Are we puppies?" Because
do you think it's
someone our parents don't own us, but they gave us names to like.
Yeah.
So I think our whole thing was that there's someone bigger than our parents out there that are like that we can't even see, but they're like our owners. Like we're their pets, but it's like some unknown world that we can't even see because like we're huge compared to like a cat. So we're their owners, but then there's someone that owns us that's like huge compared to us.
Nobody owns us. I don't fall victim to the man.
I'm a black independent woman.
Fuck the man. No, I get to what you're understanding on that. I just think like dogs are just so used to, or cats for that matter, are so used to hearing the certain type of name, like Lewis. Hey, Lewis. Once he hears that, he will just.
Yeah, but that's the same with us. Like someone says Peyton or someone says Caden, I'm like,
that's for me.
Jaden, Aiden, like.
Jaden.
But like when you really sit and think, and you're like, Peyton. Well, my mom got that from a movie.
Yeah, the Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Yeah.
Very good movie, by the way. I watched it like 2 weeks ago. Everyone should go watch that.
What is it?
The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Yeah, it's like.
What's it about?
It's this lady that has a newborn, has a younger daughter. I think she's like 4 or 5. And the nanny that she hires had just lost her child, like had a miscarriage, but she could still like lactate, and she started like feeding, like breastfeeding this woman's baby.
Milk the cows.
Fuck like, you and your hangman game. That's an inside joke we'll talk about later.
But she like starts taking care of these kids like they're her own, and like starts breastfeeding the baby. But the crazy nanny lady's name is Peyton, and so that's where my mom got Peyton, because she didn't want me to be evil, so she changed the T to a D.
She really just wasn't a Peyton Manning fan.
Okay, well, Peyton Manning wasn't in the NFL until like 2 years after I was born, so no one knew who he was.
I feel like Peyton Manning, I thought he like invented. It
was 97. Okay.
It's kind of weird that mom based you off of just some psycho babysitter.
Yeah.
I don't even know where my mom got my name from. Some random dude up at Sundance when she worked there as a kid.
She like.
It wasn't the vegetable.
She's like, damn, I love kale. If I have a kid, I'm gonna name it that. No, I don't know.
And mine's from like some BMX, like Schwinn, whatever racer. It was gonna be Elgin for the longest time because it was like an Elgin, Schwinn
like
bike
Norwegian.
I guess.
Norwegian.
It sounds.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
It sounds straight up like some Nordic god.
Smoking a pancake.
A smoking a pancake, banging a blitz, piping a crepe. There's no reason to please you. I watched fucking.
Well, and then Tabby, our sister Tabby, her name's Tabish, comes just from my mom's. What was that? My mom's old like professor's last name was Tabish.
So
and
weird.
She likes it.
Oh, great!
Just picking a name for a kid, like, oh. Look at the carpet. I like that. Your name's Carpet.
Oh, Dish Towel. Perfect name. I'm going to name my child Dish Towel.
Oh, I always wanted a goldfish. I'll just have a kid and name it Goldfish.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Well, see, Small White Cat doesn't even get a name. He's nameless. That's why he's Small White Cat.
undeserving.
His real name is Freddie. After
Well,
Freddie Mercury.
it was Archie, and then it was Freddie, and then it just became Small White Cat, and it just fits him.
And then he got a personality, and it was shit. So that's now your name, Little Shit Personality.
Or Bad White Cat.
Bad White Cat.
And then Kylo's is based off of
Star Wars.
Kylo Ren.
Satan.
Well, that was really
Blow
bad.
that piece of junk out of the sky!
Piece of junk.
Another thing that's crazy about names is the freaking Utah names.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Like
shit.
Mackenzie Lay.
Mackenzie.
It's just like
fucking Sarah, Sarah, like you said earlier.
It's like how
Tom.
How fucked up. How many letters can you use to spell a regular name? That's pretty much what they try to do.
Yeah, my name's Mackenzie Lay, but the Q and the number 8 are silent, so...
I know this friend. I knew like 4 different friends with the name Jackson, and there was like Jackson, like Michael Jackson, and then there was Jackson that's spelled with an X-O-N, and then there's
Straight
Jackson that's Jaxyn, and I'm like, how many times can you pull that off to the point where it's not original? It's just you fucking up a name.
The 2 most distinctive Utah names of all time, close to yours, Afton
For a girl?
for a girl, and
I mean,
Dallin.
I left swiped a
Dallin.
bunch of Aftons on Twitter or Tinder a couple
nope.
times ago. So.
You better be careful there. Probably
what's
Mormon.
the Talmadge?
Glade? No way.
Talmadge is the name that drives me nuts.
Talman?
Like,
Talmadge.
Like, doesn't that just want to make your kid named Talon?
Afton is the #1 name in Utah.
How? I've never even...
Mikkel, that's
we know
popular here.
Mikkel.
We know a
But
couple
it's spelled
Mikkels.
different.
Karma.
See, like that. Why
Oh.
can't it just be like
A
K?
K, like actual karma. it's a C.
Carma. McCall.
Oh, I know a couple
they're
McCalls.
Taylor. That's not that bad.
Taylor?
I know a few Dallins.
McKay. I know a couple McKay.
Hiram.
Yeah, I know that.
Hiram.
I know that
Hiram Lodge
cocksucker.
from Riverdale.
Hiram.
But
Hail Hiram.
so it's from a biblical Hiram, which
Well-
they just spelt it differently.
I feel like that's a lot of names.
Bridger.
People love naming their
Hey, I
kids
mean-
like names of cities and states too. Like Boston
I like Boston.
or like
That's so funny though. Like once you're old enough, you like see the street sign and you're like, wait.
You're like, that's my name!
They just drive by this road one day and be like, that's it. That's the one.
or like Darby. There was a Darby Street in Vegas when we were
Yeah.
there.
Darby and the Little People.
Darby O'Gill.
Can we talk about Darby O'Gill for a minute
No.
right now? I watched.
Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Have you seen
Yeah.
that?
That's my mom's movie.
That's about her life.
It's about her.
Why
It
do
is
you
her
think
life.
she's
One
so
of the little
rich?
people.
She married a fucking leprechaun.
With all the pots of gold at the end of that rainbow.
Jason Warbucks.
Oh wait, back to the Mormon name. This says straight out of Joseph Smith's ass. Teen cum.
Team cum?
Teancum.
Teen cum?
And then it says the strangest name they've ever heard is Mormon Beauty.
More.
That's what they named
That's a
their
real
kid.
name.
Oh my.
It's
That's
like,
a no for me, dog.
That's
I'm gonna write a book about a horse named Mormon Beauty.
Shastas.
Shastas.
Not Black Beauty, Mormon Beauty.
Shastas. Like the soda.
Mount Shasta, probably.
Mount Shasta. Dr. Shasta.
Oh, while we're still on this, I guess we haven't really gone anywhere, but when I was having a hot caca in the mall,
Oh, great.
He was in the bathroom for
For
at least
so
30 minutes.
the Panda Express went in and out.
I ran out of Pokemon.
I didn't know we went to In-N-Out today.
I was reading this thing because I was just stuck on Mormons and their crazy whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a BYU police officer or something like that. And he said they were getting reports of babies not like stopping breathing. Babies
Not stopping breathing.
Not
it's breathing.
stopping
Stop
breathing.
breathing.
stop breathing.
I think that's
Babies-
called living.
And
They didn't stop breathing.
well, apparently they have like marriage housing. Like a normal college has like I don't know,
yeah.
like college housing, like dorm housing, but they have like specific marriage housing.
Mhm.
And it's the whole thing was they kept getting calls, and the cops would go and they were like, it's because they were forcing the young women to have babies so soon that they didn't want.
Yeah.
So the moms were literally just choking out their kids and killing them.
Oh shit.
Like there was
Oh my.
there was like several reports of deaths, and like they had to like stop a bunch of shit. But apparently it was skipping. When they would call 911, it would not go to BYU. It would go somewhere else that was farther away.
Really?
So the whole thing was like, was they like kind of ignoring it, like just to keep like,
Oh yeah,
keep it quiet. And they were just like, don't tell the BYU police, go somewhere else, even though they were like right on campus to help immediately. But instead they're just like all these moms that are way too young, but have it drilled in their mind that like, okay, I have to have a baby and I have to make my husband happy is pretty much what it's supposed to do. So they were like panicking, freaking out, and just killing their kids because they didn't want them.
it's like those moms that like don't have abortions, but they have a child like in the restroom or something, and then immediately kill them and just like hide their remains in the basement or something.
That's insane. Oh.
If any of you have seen Mama, go watch that right now.
No. Don't need to watch that.
Mama, is that new horror movie that's coming? Oh,
That was like old one. I went and saw it with my ex one time. We got yelled at because I was talking the entire time.
Shout out Alton's ex.
Shout out.
Just kidding.
Go fuck yourself. I'm kidding. She was a doll sometimes
I'm
when
gonna
she
stick
wanted
with that.
to.
Go fuck yourself.
I'm gonna
but,
go back to the main.
But
Yeah, she
yeah,
cheated
Utah.
on me.
If you haven't noticed, we're actually from Utah.
We are from Utah.
That's
yeah.
why we keep talking about Utah, and it is a crazy place to live when you're not Mormon.
And for those who are wondering, fry sauce was not invented in the Puerto Ricans. It was made in Utah, okay?
Arctic Circle.
Yeah, it's the only culture we have here.
It's
Fry sauce.
Fry
Yeah.
sauce and
People
arches.
think white people don't have culture.
How do you
You've seen
explain
fry sauce?
Have you seen the fry sauce?
Have you tasted fry
Have you
sauce?
smelled fry? There's
Yeah.
actually a lot of fry sauce that I don't like with the pickles in it.
Oh, that's the best kind.
Who puts
If you don't-
pickles in the fry sauce?
What?
Well, I guess technically it's relish.
Crown Burger does.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Chop, 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 chop.
Chop, chop, chop that
I
shit
thought
in
that
the
was
garbage.
In-N-Out spread then.
It's kind of like one time I asked for fry sauce and they gave me Thousand Island dressing, and
Oh
that
my
is
God.
not the same thing.
That is like straight up for lettuce.
The lettuce.
That's
The
like
devil's
fry
lettuce.
sauce with asbestos in it.
Oh god.
Oh, fry sauce is like, for people that don't know, it's now called mayo chip, branded by
Fuck
Heinz.
you and your mayo chip.
But it's like mayonnaise and ketchup, but I like to put barbecue sauce in it. And some soy sauce. Yummy.
And your wait, what?
You put
You put like
Ketchup, mayo.
a slab of barbecue sauce in
yeah,
it.
and a little bit of soy sauce.
We're talking about fry sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what Training Table used to do.
Mhm.
Sorry,
Rest in
guys,
peace,
this is,
Training Table.
This is my last podcast with these two.
It was
Oh,
first
yeah,
and
for-
last. Let's just
For
throw
future
away
reference,
these
Kale
mics.
hates mayonnaise, so anything that has to do with it.
I love. Well, I can get behind
Also-
not liking mayonnaise, but I like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip's where it's at.
Mm.
That's the most white thing ever.
No,
Mayonnaise.
ranch is the most white
Okay.
thing ever.
We're white, so.
What does that have to do with anything? We're talking about sauce here.
Just talking about white culture. It's
Just
deep in
Utah-
its roots.
Did you
I
ever?
mean, Utah is like the epitome of white privilege and white culture.
Oh yeah, there's
like,
only like
People are like,
three
no,
black
it's everywhere
people.
else. I'm like, come to Utah, live here for about a year, and then you're gonna want to move back to where you came
Yeah,
from.
come in our protective dome where we live in because we don't know anything outside of.
Where
Salt Lake
abstinence is
Valley.
key, and there's not even like sex ed training. Like
because
condom is a bad word.
Oh yeah, because everything else outside of Utah has to be preached with the Mormon Book of Mormon and just. Oh my God, I can't do it.
And then they send their missionaries out and
I love
go and.
hearing about missions, man. Especially the ones that are inside the United States map. Oh, you're going to Wisconsin.
Oh, what was that one? It was like
Oh, she was...
we were looking at geotags of the Mormon temples and just looking at funny captions, and we saw one at lunch. She was like, practicing my Spanglish, but then it was to go to New York. She was like, I'm sure the people of New York would be happy if I could speak Spanish.
Yeah, maybe if
Bitch,
this was maybe
what?
if this was like the 1800s where they were all coming on boats. Yeah, maybe you need to learn your Spanglish. But pretty much everyone speaks English down there.
Last I checked, they speak English in New York. Majority.
Well,
Unless you get into like Chinatown and those places.
But I mean, like, you don't go to New York and be like, damn, I hope I can.
Oh shit!
There's
I
a
wish
huge
I spoke
language
Spanish in New
barrier.
York.
How am I gonna get around? Where's Midtown? Where's
Do you guys know any good translators I can take with me? I'm going to New York.
Oh, I saw
I
one.
want a deep dish. I want a deep dish pizza.
Ma'am.
Excuse me, it is ma'am.
Well, I looked at one of those geotags, and it was like this kid that it didn't even say where he was going, but he was sitting outside the Provo Temple, and he's like, he had a surprised look on his face, and he's like, the look I get when I don't yo no habla español. I'm like, that is the most white missionary post. Like when you're going to speak Spanish somewhere, and they're like, yo habla español, like so white.
Real quick. I gotta talk about something.
It's like on topic of.
It's on the top of what she was saying about the whole.
We can go back because I want to.
No
I
habla
want to talk
español.
about this girl's thing.
Okay, yeah, no.
Who I just realized where she's going, and it makes it even funnier.
Oh, it's the Canada one. But real quick, so like a couple of months back, these girls from Brighton High School, shout out to Brighton because you guys are a bunch of cucks.
We gotta watch our name dropping, I think, a little bit. You didn't say a name, but just going forward.
It's Brighton in general.
Just say
Utah knows everyone.
Utah High School.
An anonymous.
Say Brighton. Fuck Brighton.
Yeah, fuck Brighton. They can have civilized.
They can have opinions. Fuck Brighton.
Yeah. Yeah, like fuck BYU. We can talk about it. These girls from Brighton went to China and they posted on.
Oh,
you heard about
I saw
this.
that.
You heard about this. They went to China and they were talking about how like they posted on their Twitter feed like how they have to respect the culture and everything. And in the hashtag, it's like hashtag ching chong, hashtag fried rice, hashtag
and like have like roll. the rice workers hats, like those
the
like
rice fields hats.
Yeah. And like
were they up in like was it at Brighton?
I think they went there.
Wasn't there someone else that did something like that? That was like up. What's the school like past Park City? Wasatch. Is it Wasatch Academy or something like that?
Wasatch Academy. No, it's
I thought
the Umbrella Academy. Vanya's up there. Let me tell you.
I thought someone did something like that, but it was like racist towards black people.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's like, so many racist moments in Utah right now. It's crazy.
It's just so, like you said, we live in this bubble, and they don't realize like there's other people and other cultures outside of theirs, and it's just crazy to live here sometimes. Just the stories and like people, like it's small Lake City here. Like you know everyone and everything.
I feel like people are always like, "Oh no, you know everyone here," like in wherever they are. But literally in Utah,
you know everyone.
You know everyone.
Anytime you go to the store, you go to the bars. Like it's a high school reunion or a middle school reunion,
or an elementary.
Or like someone that you knew in elementary school is marrying someone that you knew in high school. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, but not to say us Utahns get a
nice.
We get a bad rap as well because every time we go down to California or something, they're like,
"Are you guys Mormon?"
Yeah. First questions when you leave the state and you're in Utah.
Where are you from?
Are you Mormon?
Yeah.
How many wives do you have?
We were going down to Disneyland one time, and
shout out to Disneyland.
Maybe it wasn't Disneyland, but we were driving and we stopped at this like restaurant in the middle of nowhere, and we walked in, and the lady asked my mom, "Are you guys from Utah?" Like, didn't even see her car. It was just because she had 4 kids. And she's like, and my mom's like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" And she's like, "Oh, you just have a lot of kids." But, I mean, I usually don't say I'm from Utah if people ask me out of the state.
Where are you from?
I always lie at work.
Somewhere over.
Around here.
Somewhere west.
Every time people ask me where I'm from, I always lie and I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Vegas." Just the most generic, like, Western city besides, like, Anaheim or LA or something.
Small white cat.
Getting the love on.
Bro.
It's Mr. Bigglesworth.
We're trying to record here.
Can we shave him?
No.
Ew. He'd be even ugly.
He just sunk his nails.
Okay, what was the post that you were going to talk about?
Yeah,
From
bring it back.
The Provo City Temple geotag?
I won't drop names, but Mary Smith. Just kidding.
Hashtag.
Hashtag Mary Smith.
That's
Shout out
probably
to
a real
Mary.
name somewhere. So we're looking at the temple geotags, which is a great pastime if you're interested. I found this one, and it reads, "Never in a million years would I have pictured myself giving up my family, my friends, my..." Wait.
No, continue, please.
From the top. "Never in a million years would I have pictured myself giving up my family, my friends, my boyfriend, my education, all forms of media,
Now the Cesar
and my country for 18 months. But that's happening. 2 months, people. She's going to fucking Canada."
It's basically the same thing.
Like she's gonna come back and be like, "Fuck, I gave up my family. What do I do? I gotta
They're
go find a
disowning
new
you.
one.
Sorry.
I gotta
Like,
go find a new one."
Need new friends.
Canada's-
Probably need a new boyfriend. He's probably gonna be married by the time you get back.
Yeah, he's
probably like
cheating
2
on you
months after
100%.
you've already left.
Oh, yeah.
But
And besides,
he's like, "Sorry, I just left you. Like, you went on your mission, but just wanted to let you know I'm married and we're already pregnant with our
Babe,
first
18
child."
months? That's so long.
oh my god.
All forms of media. She has to
Oh
make
my
up.
goodness.
She has to invent new forms of social media because she can't ever go back because she's moving to Canada for a little over a year.
And Canada's like America in some way.
You could
except-
drive to Canada in like one day
Yeah.
from
Like,
here.
I don't get the whole mission thing where they cut everything off. And, like, people come back after
Canada
18
hates
months
us.
or 2 years, and they're like, "So what's the new music?" Like,
Bitch, it's the same shit.
No, like-
It's been the same little pump, little spurt, little diabetes,
table,
whatever
little-
the fuck it is.
little toe, little.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a real rapper.
Every
Toe.
little song. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
like, you didn't leave much. It's still racist white Utah.
Like
So
2 years. You think about how long it takes for like cultures or everything to like shift and change. 2 years is not gonna do that.
Oh no,
No.
definitely not.
We've been like, slavery was worked on, is still being worked on for years and years. Just because you leave Utah to Canada for a
To
year,
Canada.
comes
you're not
back.
gonna
So,
come back. Oh, what?
So is
the
racism
hell?
gone now, guys? It's been 2 years. Didn't know. It's cut off from everything.
No, bitch, go back to
Go
Canada.
back to Canada, please. I actually want to go check out Canada, like Toronto and like
That'd be a fun trip.
Vancouver.
Where
and all
Drake
this.
is from.
Yeah, Drake.
Justin Biebs.
Justin
The
Bieber.
Weeknd.
Steph Signotti.
So
I don't know who that is.
That's a transgender YouTuber.
Shout
Shout out to Steph Signotti, please.
like, really, you guys should go and look at the geotags for these Utah temples.
I
'cause
don't want to
some
get
of-
cancer. That's the one thing.
Or send us ones that
like that
find
you
and
guys
we'll-
think
we'll
are
talk
so
about 'em.
like we'll talk about them because some of them are just you can tell these people have
I'm gonna
been
go get a glass
so
of water real quick.
they've been so cut off from anything outside of the Mormon religion. And this one I found, it says, "Religion can be such a vulnerable thing to speak about, and especially on social media, because we all believe in many different things, and people don't want to share for the straight fact that they are scared of losing followers or because they don't want to offend anyone. But for me," this is all one sentence,
Which is
by the way.
all about social media so
Yeah.
far.
"But for me, religion is the biggest part of me, and although being a Mormon in Utah, and better yet, Utah County, is looked upon as a cliche thing, period." Okay.
Ooh, I'm out of breath.
"But although I am a Mormon, I was never told I had to be a Mormon. I decided for myself that I like the teaching of the religion and enjoyed my personal relationship I have with my Lord. Today, I wake up happy that I have met my soulmate and at such a young age and was able to have children young as well. Age is just a number and trials will come, but at the end of each day I can close my eyes and pray to my Savior and give thanks that I am blessed with a beautiful life. Let's stop the hate and judgment of others on social media and show love and encouragement. Don't get to know people.
Oh
or
my God.
Get to know people's differences
I thought
instead
it was
of
over.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, they judge
is
you.
literally-
First of all, nobody's reading past maybe even just the name.
just
Nobody's
religion.
reading that.
Maybe
Nobody
and
is
they're
gonna
like, "Oh
read that.
fuck, one of these."
Nobody's reading that fucking
Yeah,
post.
to be honest, when you're on Instagram, everyone's just looking at fucking photos. So
Yeah.
don't write a paragraph. No one's gonna read
Okay,
it.
well, I feel attacked.
Oh yeah,
um,
you read.
You
You
read
read a
par-
couple of
we read-
paragraphs. Before.
We read Peyton's paragraphs. Everyone else, fuck you.
But the thing is, like, just the whole religion can be a vulnerable thing, yeah. But you're posting these to your
Yikes.
Mormon friends in
Who
Mormon,
already know
Utah.
about it.
And that she says that she
Yeah, you're not
chose it for
expanding off of
herself.
that.
Yeah.
Chose it for herself. Like, growing up Mormon in
You
not
chose
Mormon in Utah, like, you get it shoved down your throat whether you like it or not. There's missionaries at your door. They ask you to go to Young Women's. They ask you to go to church with them on Sunday. Like, they pretty much make you feel like you have no other option unless you want a friend.
And what
Like,
was
and to be part of the church.
yeah? What was the whole thing about a non-judgmental? What was it? Sorry, the last.
She
It was like
said,
the last couple parts.
let's stop the hate and judgment of others on social media and show love and encouragement.
The only people that hate in Utah
Are the Mormons?
Seriously, like,
You know how many like mean mugging looks we used to get from our neighbors just because we weren't Mormon in the neighborhood?
or like playing outside on Sunday, going to the
That's a
store on
sin.
Sunday.
Oh, yeah. So
That's a sin.
when we lived on my old house on Amberley Lane, I had a house party for one of my friends, Alec.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
Alec.
Alec.
Hello, Alec.
And Mikkel.
It was like his 20th birthday or something, but we had a house party. My parents were out of town, and it got a little out of control.
A little bit.
A little.
The cops were
I wasn't
called.
there, so
There was about it's a one-way street with like a circle at the end, and it's gated.
Yeah.
There was about
it's
6
this
cops on my street and an ambulance because they tased a kid on my front porch.
Who?
You might have met him. His name's Davis, but he was like, "No, please no," and they just fucking.
Oh, I love Davis.
Isn't there a county in Utah named Davis?
Davis
County, yeah.
Anyway, so that
That's
there's
a really Mormon name.
there's 6 houses on this street, and there's 6 cops on my street with an ambulance.
Yeah.
So everyone was woken up, probably.
Oh, most definitely.
And then those kids were the kids at the end of the house, end of the street, were Mormon family. They would not hang out with Cash because I got the cops called to our house.
Really? Damn.
And Cash is his youngest brother, by the way. Like,
I got some
really
serious. He was
Shout out to Cash.
He was like
Cache County.
6 probably at the time. Maybe 7. No, he was like 6. And these kids wouldn't hang out with him because
you had the cops over
Yeah.
at your house one time. Yeah, here we are in Midville, Utah, when there was like a bunch of cops over at our neighbor's house for like drug paraphernalia and like gang violence, and yet we still hung out with
We're
them.
like, yo, guys, what happened last weekend? Oh, my brother just got arrested. Well, that's cool. You want to go jump on the trampoline? Like, it was not like...
the end of the world.
But, like, I got told so many times, like, I can't be your friend. My parents will let me be your friend because you're not Mormon. Do you want to go to church with me? I'm like, no. I go to church myself, but...
It was the cool church. It was Lutheran church.
That shit was lit.
That was lit.
Liddy.
I had my first kiss when we were coming back
at
from
church camp.
At church camp, it was a Montana
This
church
one
camp.
time at church camp.
Yeah, I kissed 3 girls on a trip. Not gonna say any names.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it was
Jesus
fun.
brings
You know who
people
you are.
closer together. Didn't you know that?
Yeah, it was the same weekend that Ryan Dunn died from Jackass.
Well, that just got dark.
That was an emotional roller coaster weekend for you.
It was because I was like, oh
Top
yeah,
of the world.
oh yeah, I've got a fucking 12-year-old boner right now. And then I come home and Dad picks...
Mom.
And then I come home and Dad's like, did you hear what happened? I'm like, what? And Ryan Dunn died. And I'm like, what?
Your boner just goes.
Flaccid.
Turned into a candy cane.
Oh.
But let's be honest on the whole Utah stuff. There is some things in Utah that come with their perks, like the whole U of U tailgates.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about how we can't go anywhere on Sunday because it's all fucking closed.
Well, of course that, yeah. Like,
You
everything
can't have-
shuts down after 10
The
o'clock.
best perk of all is that everything's like 20 to 30 minutes away from everything. You can go from the Great Salt Lake in the middle of nowhere to...
You could be swimming in the ocean to skydiving down the mountains in no time.
We don't have an ocean, but...
We
You
have,
get
a,
the
Great Salt
picture.
Lake.
we have a great Salt Lake that's in the ocean.
That's
Remember?
an ocean.
Well,
Did you
it
ever-
used to be. It's not now.
Well, did you ever hear about them trying to put, like, whales in the Salt Lake before?
Well.
Just to, like, bring attractions
This
to
didn't
us?
work.
Whale!
Tried to actually build SeaWorld out there. Couldn't fucking
Fuck
do it.
SeaWorld.
I'm going to be funding
Yeah,
a
fuck
Salt
SeaWorld.
Lake SeaWorld. I
So-
want it to happen.
No.
You're the Salt Lake
Everyone,
SeaWorld
if you
host.
listen to this
If you boycott us,
We're
listen to
boycotting
this.
Utah.
boycott SeaWorld, because fuck that place.
You don't like SeaWorld?
Let's make
No.
boycott SeaWorld shirts.
I
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I actually like SeaWorld.
No, no.
Well, no, I don't watch the Shamu shows, but I go on that one like the manta ray ride or whatever that is, the one that's
I don't know if
takes
I've
you
ever
up in
been.
an elevator.
We used to
and then
go
just-
all the time, but it's just depressing. Like
Did you guys ever hear?
whales and
Sorry,
kitty-sized pools,
Oh, I
pretty
almost
much.
threw up.
Like they need the whole fucking ocean to swim in, and they're giving them these kitty-sized pools and making them do tricks, and then get pissed when they try to eat one of the trainers.
Stupid whale bit my leg off.
There was a couple.
Do a
of,
flip.
Same thing as
dude.
fucking zoos, dude. Like
You don't
you're
like
gonna
Hogle Zoo?
No,
That
like,
place is so. Every time you see the tiger, I'm just like, well, time to die.
But yeah, you guys go to freaking zoo lights during Christmas.
okay, well that's because we're forced.
That is by force. Also, I'm pretty sure you're there.
There's nothing forced
Wait,
about that.
I think I've seen you there before.
They brought Krispy Kreme donuts and hot chocolate. Of course, I'm gonna go down there.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they're sad because they're in the cold. Fuck those tigers.
It's the lights, bro. Oh, those fucking temple lights. People go
Dude, people go crazy for the
like
temple
every
lights.
time I go, I'm like, I don't know, the hype about it, and then you go and
Yeah.
same thing as the festival of trees, where you're like, yeah, let's go look at these sick trees, bro, and then it's like this
Sick
kid
because
has
the kids.
terminal cancer.
Yeah.
Actually, he
Sick.
died yesterday.
Oh my
Please.
God. Yo, those trees are sick.
You said
All
that.
the dying kids. No, not you guys. The actual trees.
No, but yeah, but for real, I actually enjoy festival of trees, just checking out how cool everything is.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if I had money, I'd buy one of those trees.
oh, definitely.
Like one of the Disney ones.
And I
I mean, if
told.
you had money, you'd probably buy a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, but I totally
Especially
support.
donating to sick kids, bro.
Go out there and buy
Stop
your.
making- This is live. What are you saying? But I support all the funding for that. At least it's going to a good cause because there's a lot of funding that's not.
There's a
going
lot of
to-
sick kids out there.
A lot of sick kids, and I actually like going there and checking out all the trees and stuff. I wish I could drop $1,000 on one of those trees, but I can't.
So I just
you
go
would
look at
drop
them.
$1,000.
I give them my $5.
If you had $1,000 to spend, you would go out and buy a Christmas tree
I'd drop $1,000 on a Christmas tree.
because of the
That's
tree. or
actually my
because of
first
the-
purchase when I get
Oh
rich
my
off this
God.
podcast.
Now, if I dropped
You get
$1,000,
rich
it would
off
be
this
on an
podcast.
American
You need to
cheeseburger.
upgrade this shitty
And a
podcast.
Yeah, let's get out of
Well,
this.
first
fucking
things first.
apartment.
Alton needs a car. Don't get.
Yeah,
Don't...
if you want to support us, it's mostly going to a new, not poor car for Alton.
Fuck. This
Let's talk about the
shitty-
problems in your car.
Oh, there's
We'll
tons
do a
of
little-
fucking.
We'll do a
problems
pivot.
with
We'll get away from bashing Mormons for now.
Yeah, let's just bash
Till
Alton's
next time.
car that he has to
Yeah,
live
let's
with.
talk about your car. So we got the
Look at small white.
we got
real
the
quick.
speed one. He's drunk as hell.
Whoa, bro.
I gave him some Buffalo Trace earlier. And he was
Like,
like,
that shit's fire.
Just kidding. We didn't do that.
Yeah. No animals were harmed
In the
in
making
of this
podcast.
So we want to talk about how shitty my car is.
Yes.
All right, fine. Let's talk about it. Well, so it's a gold Nissan Pathfinder with a middle finger sticker on the back. I gotta put the got him sticker on the back as
Got
well.
him.
But I don't want to put it on there and then automatically get rid of that car because that car is
It needs to go.
it needs to go. It definitely needs to go.
R.I.P.
I recently took it in to a shop, my grandfather's shop, like the Clark's Auto. Shout out to Clark's Auto. We have so many shout outs.
Yeah, like they know who we are.
Yeah.
Or give a shit. But one day.
Yeah, basically.
One day they'll be like, that first shout out on your first podcast.
Really brought me a lot of customers. Thank you.
Like anytime I was driving 30 miles per hour, it would start violently shaking.
We're not talking
Hardcore.
like just a little bit of
Not
wind.
like,
It's like-
oh. It was like when you're on a roller coaster that feels like it's probably not working correctly.
Let's just say every time I went out for like a driving adventure, it was Indiana Jones, Temple of Forbidden Eye. Every time driving. Yeah. And every time I would drive around, it was going, every time 30 miles per hour, it would do that. It had an oil leak. The lights were different colors. Like it would just, one would be like a dimmer, like bronze color than the other one. And so I took it in and they told me that the U-joint was completely burst to the point where if I kept driving this for maybe another week, it would have broken off and my car would have gone fucking airborne on the freeway. So
Bye.
but yeah, so I took it in. I paid it was like $500 to change it. I was like, it's not bad. I still have an oil leak. There's still a lot wrong with it, but right now I can drive and not feel like I'm going off roading. And before that, it was the electronics in the car where it wouldn't control the idle. So if I was parked, it would just go without me touching the gas or anything.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, it was actual cars like tomato with that tater salad, tater salad, and yeah. Well, I need to get a new car. I think the best car out of all the cars I had to be the Volvo.
No, that was my favorite car.
Yeah,
your favorite car.
After I wrecked.
Yeah, so I was going
Let's
down
talk
to school
about that.
down in the middle of nowhere, Utah. And of course, my little 91 Volvo wagon wasn't going to make it down there, even for one trip down there. And I was like, you know what? Going to be a nice sister, just give it to Alton, not even make him pay for it. I need a new car. Did all of that, go down to school for 2 weeks, and he completely totaled it. So,
I blame it completely on Braden. Braden's one of my best friends. He knows I'm joking.
Shout out to
Really
Braden.
Yeah, shout out.
But yeah.
He got off scot-free with that, let me just tell you. Because he only had his driver's, not even his driver's license. His permit. Where you're supposed to have a parent with you driving. Oh my god. And when we got in the wreck, he was giving the cop a different story from what I was. And the cop literally turned to me and he's like, I know one of you are lying.
But I don't know which one.
Me.
I don't know which one. So today I'm
Fuck
going
to
basically. And he's like, I'm not going to give you any of the tickets. I'm just going to let you take care of this mess. I'm not going to put it on your record. I'm not going to put it on your insurance. You just need to take care of it. Just try to get your wrecked car to your house. Oh, I remembered that day. Dad was pissed. He called me up and he's like, what do you mean you got in a minor fender bender? This is totaled.
This is total.
This is total. Brought to you by Total.
But then you got the exact same car.
The exact same car that we bought on KSL. Shout out to KSL. Yeah, the exact same car for $500. But then the brakes started going out on that one.
But what would you expect with a $500 car?
Well, this car was awesome. It had clean interior and a little thing I like to call the apocalypse radio.
This little thing I like to call it turned on.
Yeah.
It got me to where I needed to go, brother.
They had this radio in the car that would change stations every 500 feet.
Now you're listening to this.
It was literally Bad and Boozled. American band.
It can't be as bad as when I first got the Volvo and the whole dashboard didn't even work.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You couldn't tell how fast you were going. You didn't know how much gas was in the car. You just kind of had to drive along with the people next to you and put $20 in and hope it lasts.
Do you remember when we were going up to Park City and it started smoking?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My first car was...
Sorry, fuck me. Kale, you
fuck me, right?
Well, I
You're
that's all you
fine,
had to
just
say
kidding.
is, yeah. You remember when our car caught on fire? Yeah.
Well, the thing was, what was it? Something was wrapped in electrical tape underneath the car, and it just started catching fire.
Yeah.
Just shout out to Todd on fixing whatever that was.
And he's like, oh, fuck it, this will work.
Oh, duct tape.
Dad, my car is on fire. My car is on fire.
I repeat.
Did you change the duct tape? No. Anyways, your first car?
What was your first car?
Drum roll, please. 2005 Nissan Altima, sponsored by Jason Hilton.
Shout out to Jason Hilton.
Daddy Warbucks?
He purchased, but I paid for. But I completely totaled that fucking car.
What'd you do?
So I was driving. Well, I probably shouldn't have been driving.
Mm-hmm.
Because the night before I had a party.
Of course.
At the house where my parents were not, again.
Seems
they
about
were
white.
they were at our cabin in Flaming Gorge, and I was like, okay, I'll drive up Saturday.
Go find that cabin, please.
So we partied on Friday. I was very hungover and tired, but I drove up there. It's like a 3.5 hour drive, and like 20 miles out from Wyoming, I fell asleep behind the wheel, going like 80 on the freeway, and I ran right into the back of a semi.
Oh shit!
Going at like 80 miles an hour, dead asleep.
That's real.
Yeah. And
Can't make this up, folks.
So like I fucking slammed into like, you know, the guard things that they have that like drop down and they're like pure steel. I smashed into that with my hood. I like rotated right, like spun around all the way.
Yeah.
And you know those like wire rails that they have? It like they're made to catch you, so they basically like broke apart and went up above my roof and just like caught me there from going anywhere. But the semi truck didn't even know that I hit him.
Yeah.
And he just kept driving, and he had my bumper attached to the fucking back of his car for like, I don't know, a good 5 minutes until he saw me in his rear view and stopped. The craziest shit was I didn't get hurt at all, when I probably should have
You're dead asleep.
I probably should have performed dead. Or committed
we're
dead.
happy you're here with us for this bootleg podcast.
I'm very happy that you're here with us.
The only thing that hurt were my knees.
It's always the knees.
Dude,
Disney
when you crash in a car and you like fucking...
Oh, I know.
Hey.
Can we talk about your car
Excelsior,
wreck, please, Peyton? Which one, the Subaru? Yeah, or should we talk about the freaking moped that you were driving and it tipped over?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Am I feeling attacked or am I feeling attacked?
Let me just say, one of these cats in this room right now caused a car wreck.
And we just got the small white one, so...
So let's buy another one.
We leave him at home, so that doesn't happen. So, I was going to pick up my little sister from school, had my other little sister in the car, and we had just gotten Kylo as a kitten.
Right.
And they were like, or she was like, can I bring the cat? And I was like, sure, but you gotta make sure you hold on to her, don't let go of her. Like, she can't be walking around the car while I'm driving. Leave it to a 10-year-old to let go of that cat, and she went underneath my brake pedal, and so the street we were on has a curve, but I thought it just kept going straight. And so I bend down thinking it's straight, grab the cat, look up, and hit a parked car, and destroyed the front end of my car. Like, destroyed it.
I saw it.
It wasn't even speeding.
Bad.
Like, I was going probably 20 miles an hour. But because I was hit it on a curve. And so then we get out because the airbags had gone off. Rayleigh has, like, chest pains from her seatbelt, like, locking her into place.
Yeah.
And she... Oh, my gosh. So the cat takes off down the street. So I'm screaming at Rayleigh to go grab the cat running down the street. And then I have to go knock on this person's door to tell him, hey, I'm a fucking idiot, and I just rammed into your parked car going 20 miles an hour. Lady comes out, and it's someone that my mom fucking knows from work. So embarrassing. And so I call mom, like, in tears. They're on their way to, like, Mesquite, so they have to, like, turn around from where they were going, drive back to come help me, fill out a police report. Like, that shit's still on my record for, like, another 4 years. And... Oh, God, my cat. Cats just cause problems. Please don't bring them in your cars unless they're trained.
First, you get in a car wreck with a cat. Now you fuck up the podcast with a cat. Oh my God! You hold them like that? That's how you hold them.
That's how Texas hold them.
Literally, the moped accident was like 2 days later because I didn't have a car. So I'm taking Rayleigh to her friends on the back of the moped. And it fucking dies at a light. And I like have my headphones in. And I'm get to go and literally, and it falls on top of me. The like engine like burns my leg. Rayleigh and I have like scrapes all up our arms, and she like is so scared to get in the car with me now. Like doesn't let me live again. Like anytime I slam on my brakes, she like
I'm gonna die.
Has PTSD. I'm a great driver, but. Okay, well, maybe...
I mean, I trust you more when we're going down to California, so... Because you don't trust me driving.
I mean, part of my job now is driving, so I've gotten better. So
Yeah.
At least that's what I like to tell myself.
Well, I have to drive like kids in a van. It's kind of there's other people's lives at stake, not just mine and Rayleigh's.
Just so you know, Peyton works for the state. That's all we're gonna go into. I work for the state as well, so
yeah. So that could mean anything, but we're gonna have some great stories potentially.
Whoa. You betcha.
I work for the liquor store.
We probably got like one more.
One more
good
hour?
topic.
No, God.
Oh.
No.
Let's just stretch it out. Man.
No. We got like one more good topic and then go over like how this shit's gonna work.
Can we please?
Well, you know how this shit works a little more than we do.
How about we just, we spent the entire episode just talking about what happens in our lives and all these car wrecks and why we live in Utah and stuff.
I live in Utah because I was born without my mother.
How about we actually talk about ourselves as an individual? Let's just start with Cal and then make my way.
Why do I have to start?
Because you're on the other side of the room. What, you want White Cat to talk? Hi, I'm White Cat. I'm a dirty cunt.
Oh, bleep, bleep.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. Just kidding. If you can't
Listeners' discretion is advised.
Small white cat's going into a box.
So, Kale.
What do you mean tell?
Just.
I am 25.
Okay.
And I'm an alcoholic.
And I'm what's that? I'm a functioning alcoholic.
A functioning alcoholic?
My middle name's Richard.
Richard?
I have 3 nipples.
Kale Dick.
I like to play video games.
He doesn't just
Is
like
it like one of those like
Yeah, like I
2
just
truths, 1
over.
lie?
2 truths, 1. They're all true. So. I just
he
skimmed over
just
3
like
nipples.
playing video games. He has a streaming channel for that as well. So don't let him kid
Follow
you.
me on Twitch
And YouTube.
and YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Was it SSJ?
Like and subscribe,
But it's
baby.
spelled like it's spelled like the vegetable.
Don't you forget to subscribe, baby.
And that's all about me. I work at a bank. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, Peyton.
For safety reasons.
Because we don't want to lose our day jobs.
And I'm a father of 2 white cat. 1 white cat, 1's gray potato.
Gray potato.
All right. Well, I'm Peyton.
Now, introducing. Sorry, I'm introducing you.
Oh.
Introducing Peyton Barnhart.
Don't put the last name.
Why?
I don't know who that is.
It's also Alton Barnhart.
I don't
So
know her.
Fuck you guys.
Who dat?
I said my middle name. That's worse.
Okay, well, that's Kale Shelley.
Signing off.
Ew. So
Well,
I'm
I'm
Peyton,
Gargling.
24 years old. I work for the state. That's about as much as I can say.
She
Yeah.
could be
Probably
26. We don't know.
This is truth and a lie.
Wait, is it? You're not 24?
I am 24.
Guys, I've been lied to.
24. There's not.
She does not have 3 nipples.
No, I have the
Raise
2
your-
regular areolas. I'm busty.
There you go. Special treatment if you follow us on Patreon.
What, she
Peyton will
gets nude?
jiggle her giblies for you.
You said
Okay, well, I'm
nudes?
not doing that, but
just
I'm
did
pro
that.
sex work, but not for me.
Not up my alley.
Yeah.
Not
Small white
something
cat.
I want
I
to
don't
do.
want to talk about my sister's nipples. Can we just go move?
I
Just-
really don't have like.
Yeah,
I
this
don't
is
do
why
anything.
Alton should have gone first because it was his idea. So
I'm kind of a boring ass person. I'm gonna be kind of the
we live in
boring
Utah.
ass
What can we say?
person on this podcast. Kale and Alton are the comedic geniuses, and I'm the one that hits with the hard devil's advocate truth.
She'll be like, "Bitch,
I am a hardcore feminist, so that'll come out.
well, if you're not
You're-
hardcore."
You're a feminist in training.
Yeah, feminist in training is what I would like to
Say.
call it.
Yeah.
Then me and Alton are inappropriate.
No, I'm an anarchist in training.
Okay, well I'm
'Kay.
inappropriate.
And
And I-
here's Alton.
Hi.
Alton.
Hi, I'm Alton Cole. That's my middle name.
His last name
What
is
up?
Barnhart.
I'm Alton. I'm 22. I never learned how to fucking read.
I actually
Is this
excelled-
2 truths and a lie?
No, we're just putting it out on the table. I work for the state liquor
I thought you were
store.
gonna say I don't know how to read.
I don't know how to read. I work for the state liquor store. I'm pretty sure I can be, public about that because
Don't dox yourself though,
Man, maybe.
which is like telling him exactly where you work.
Oh, well, I work at the corner of State Street and 7200 South.
Open
Weekdays till 8, Saturday till 5, closed Sunday.
Closed
Closed Sunday. Online at theliquorstore.com.
I got cores.
So
I'm also an actor. I'm with part of McCarty Agency. Shout out to McCarty. I'm also a online minister. I recently applied for the Universal Life Church.
See, you're just a lot more interesting.
This is all truths, by the way.
Yeah.
I write in a journal every single day. I try to, at least. I also collect Funko Pops and just random ass shit. I have a list of shit I want to steal.
A list of stuff he has stolen and a list of things he's found in the dumpster.
Oh, that could be something for like
Future
bonus. You just post that list on
that list of things
Patreon.
that I want to steal.
That would be dope.
And then like
and then
pictures
like,
of it.
comment below
circled.
comment a picture below of you stealing.
Yeah.
Just have
She's
everyone
stealing!
Oh, she's stealing! I'm also a student right now. I forgot to say I'm 22 years old. So I recently graduated from Salt Lake Community College.
College.
You went to college.
But now I'm finishing my degree in journalism at the UVU. I don't want to do a shout out for them. I don't want to.
The people have been asking, do you have 3 nipples?
Let's see.
No.
We're putting in a saliva.
No, you can't.
Fuck yeah.
This is going on YouTube, fool.
My titties!
Oh my god.
No, I got.
We'll cut that.
He's
out.
got the 2 areolas.
I got the right amount of nipples.
Sorry.
I know.
That must just be a Shelly thing.
I was feeling a lump on my ass. That might be a nipple coming in soon. So.
A tail, possibly.
Oh my god. I was feeling a lump on my knee. It might be a nipple. I don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys are a lot more interesting than me. I don't do anything.
No.
I work and sleep, and I'm a cat mom.
I eat, sleep, work out, repeat, brother.
What's that line from the song from Halls? It's like armpits line. It's like, I don't take showers and I don't brush my teeth because all I do is eat and sleep, digging up them holes.
But I shower a lot, so I guess that's my hobby is showering.
Showering. I could take like a 3-hour shower, honestly.
I need to be more eco-friendly, but my showers like go for an hour.
But then Dad thinks I'm jerking off.
So
Oh, sorry, Todd. I'm just playing with my fiddle.
Sorry, but I was playing Tetris the entire time.
I couldn't get it to fit. All right. Well,
Is this the end?
I think this is the end of our first
Kale's
episode.
gonna just kind of go over.
I forgot that I wrote down some potential goals and benefits of subscribing.
Go ahead.
We have add a video, which is just adding like so you can see us while we're audio podcasting, but I think I'm just gonna put that in regardless.
There's my boys.
So that'll be on there. Early access, which just means again you get to hear the podcast the same day we record. What we're gonna do is we're gonna upload it to our Patreon, which I will figure out the exact. It's Bootleg Podcast at Patreon.
Bootleg Podcast.
So if you subscribe there, $5, $10, whatever it may be, you'll get early access, which just means same day we release, and then we're going to release the current episode a week later on iTunes and everything else for free.
Definitely.
And then some other goals, like we said, we're just possible discount merch if we decide to make some merch. It'll be very limited, probably. So,
very limited
like
merch.
Limited edition.
As in, like, maybe 50 shirts.
Maybe
that's pushing it. Like 20.
To be
10.
determined.
If you guys pay it, just kidding.
But that'll be like things like in the future discount type of merch. We really don't have much else to offer, really, as far as that type of stuff goes. We're gonna make an Instagram.
Yeah.
That'll be tier 1 probably.
It'll be a private account, so you do have to be part of the tiers.
It'll be private, yeah, for quite a while it grows.
Right.
If you can give us suggestions for stuff to talk about, bonus episodes, which would be like an entire new episode just because.
Just us fucking around.
And then we'll also add like bloopers and stuff like that doesn't make it into like an official episode or something.
Right.
But yeah, so this is live today, I guess now, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
And we'll
It is
be live.
Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
We will release the new episodes every Wednesday on Patreon. Following Wednesday, or maybe like Tuesday, onto iTunes a week later, something like that for free. But give us some feedback if you're listening.
And if any of those people out there that pay $1,000, you get me.
Oh, there you go.
I'm kidding. I'm not. There's
maybe
no
like
contract.
a carved soap. You
Or anything from my list of things.
A personal painting of Alton. That would be other things. Like Alton has a tons of lists we can put up there, just for you guys to see, like your stealing list, your ranch list,
yeah.
the ranch list, some journal entries maybe.
Just a bunch of stuff like that. But hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully we're funny. Hopefully you like the white cat.
I think we're really funny.
He's been pretty good for podcasts.
Oh, definitely.
Once this shuts off, though.
It's ape shit. All right, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Bootleg Podcast.
There's my boys.
We will
and girls.
See you next
and transgenders
Wednesday, my dudes.
Bye, fuckers.
Bye.
You gotta cut it off.